Shouldn't there be cages in here? Questioned Sam, turning back as the door was loudly bolted behind him. His attention was drawn back in front of him by the sound of 8 legs moving in the darkness. My, Grandma, what sharp teeth you have, Red said, as she used pliers to pry them from her lifeless body. I love you, Linda, the drowsy little girl said sweetly to the doll as she hugged it closer to her body. I love you too, the doll replied wetly through a mouthful of blood as it sank its teeth into her neck. The crowd jumped to their feet and cheered when the world champion knocked his opponent to the canvas. The cheers turned to gasps of shock and horror when he bit into his opponent's abdomen and began feasting on the intestines inside. I've always loved sunbathing on the beach near the ocean on hot summer days. As I saw 2 mountains of sand, teeth, and flesh close above me, I realized it would be the final time I felt that warmth on my skin. You shouldn't sleep with a TV in your room, since the TV is basically a black mirror that's facing your bed. That means you're providing a portal for demons that can freely watch you while you sleep. The king has been dead for weeks. As the jester, I see the corpse slowly rotting while they keep telling me to make him laugh. I wonder why this apartment is so cheap, I thought before going to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw a pair of eyes staring at me from the shadows of the room. Just before he could claim my soul, the Grim Reaper peered up at the large looming shadow forming in the sky and gasped in fear. It seems I have some competition, he whispered, as the scythe fell from his trembling hand. My dog suddenly walked over to me and began staring at me with a very odd look in his eyes. Without warning, he opened his mouth and said, "We need to talk, and we don't have much time before he gets here." After my wife and newborn daughter went to the store, she returned to her car to find writing on the rear bumper. Blonde, 20-something female, and newborn girl. 10,000 for adult, 40,000 for baby. I was thrilled when I found this box of old D&D books, polyhedral dice, adventure modules, and blank character sheets at the old thrift shop downtown. Until I discovered that every time I used them to make a new character, the character manifested inside my room and tried to drag me away to the other world, forever, against my will. A strange man who no one else can see began appearing on my neighbor's rooftop every night for a week. Now, 2 nights after my neighbor killed herself, the man has started appearing on my roof. As soon as they could catch the little flying creatures, humans have been putting birds in cages for centuries to appreciate their voices and their beauty. As I lay rotting in misery, inside my cubicle-sized enclosure with only my cries for company, I rue the day we invented spaceships. People were extremely generous to bring me food after the death of my husband. It's a shame I don't have room for it all, as his body has taken up most of the space in the fridge. Eye contact makes me slightly uncomfortable, but I always deal with it. Why are the stars so scary tonight? It had fangs, scales, and its arms were crookedly disfigured like undeveloped wings. As my wife lay dying on the birthing bed, she uttered, "I swear it's yours." It was a relief to see a letter in my mailbox after being ghosted by everybody for the past 2 weeks. But when I opened the envelope, I saw that it was my death certificate. My alien kidnappers ordered me to mate with their only fertile female specimen, who they used to breed human embryos. I looked in horror as they wheeled out the mangled body of my mother, who disappeared 10 years ago. I slammed my head against the wall repeatedly in an attempt to kill myself, and the canned laughter only got louder